Amidst the sadness, good morning to everybody. Today, the Boy Scouts of the Philippines will testimonially and sympathetically present the Scouting Bureau ceremony to a departed Scouter by the name of Innocente A. Saavedra, or Sir Enchong as he is fondly called, who passed last Wednesday, March 17, 2021. This last Scouting ceremony is afforded to Scouters who rendered their lives, time, and effort in serving the youth of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. As Sir Enchong Saavedra, a very active member of the movement, did. Thus, the Philippine flag is draped upon his coffin, symbolizing his heroism in Scouting, and later to be turned over to his loving wife and children to be kept by them as a memento in all anniversaries. His loving wife, Ma'am Chaling, children Kirby and Jessie, should always keep this flag folded to be placed or displayed at the altar of their home to venerate the memories of their departed loved one. Lord Baden-Powell, the founder of Scouting, rightfully said, "The real way to get happiness is by spreading happiness to others. Try to leave this world a little better than you found it, so that when your time comes to die, you will die happy and feeling that at any rate you have done your best." Today, Sir Enchong shall join the other faithful Scouters to the great beyond, to the eternal camping ground where true love and justice reigns forever. This day we will be reminiscing the memory of our friend Sir Enchong during his life in this passing world. We shall be remembering his time when he officially dedicated himself to the noble words of the Scout Oath. On my honor. To be a man of honor, one must stand for something. As the often repeated words of wisdom states, it is nice to be important, but it is very important to be nice. Sir Enchong was a nice fellow Scouter. I will do my best. A concept in doing one's best as eloquently put by Theodore Roosevelt when he said, "In a battle of life, it matters not how critic, but the men." Like Sir Enchong, who at his best knew that in the end was the triumph of high achievement, and the worst if he fails, at least he failed while daring greatly, so that his place will never be with those timid souls who never even tasted defeat or victory. To do my duty to God, a cherished obligation to God, not only how one worship Him, but an abiding faith and expression of belief in God. Sir Enchong left us with that belief in the divine being, our great Scout Master. Duty to country. We're in a free society. Sir Enchong has shared in the responsibility of keeping it free and to obey the Scout law. A historian, in the wisdom of his years and knowledge, wrote these words: "In my youth I stress freedom, but in my old age I stress order. I made the great discovery that liberty is a product of order." Sir Enchong was a firm believer of the Scout law. To help other people at all times, a concept that takes Sir Enchong out of his skin and involves himself in the lives of others as living application of the golden rule. keeping myself physically strong. Physical confidence comes from strength. During his lifetime, Sir Enchong was physically strong, but as life reaches its end, physical confidence goes with end of life. Mentally awake, an eagerness for knowledge with the assurance knowledge well used becomes wisdom. Sir Enchong was mentally awake when he admitted himself for training during the advanced training course of Leaders of Adults or APC LOA 2015-121 from May 9 to 14 of 2015 in Pasunanca, Zamboanga City, and even served the Boy Scouts of the Philippines in the various trainings and activities, and even in the advancement of the boys, and morally straight. When the chips are down and character counts, people will know when the man is totally straight will stand. Sir Enchong was morally straight. On these last few steps of his final resting place, let us retrace the memory or his memory as he lived up to the virtues of the Scout Law. We now all ask Scouters present to join us in reciting the Scout Law, dedicating it to Sir Enchong Saavedra.
Ready. Ready.
A scout is trustworthy.
Is trustworthy.
A scout is loyal.
Sir Enchong is loyal.
A scout is helpful.
Sir Enchong was helpful.
A scout is friendly.
Sir Enchong was friendly.
A scout is courteous.
Sir Enchong was courteous.
A scout is kind.
Sir Enchong was kind.
A scout is obedient.
Sir Enchong was obedient.
A scout is cheerful.
Sir Enchong was cheerful.
A scout is thrifty.
Sir Enchong was thrifty.
A scout is brave.
Sir Enchong was brave.
A scout is clean.
Sir Enchong was clean.
And a scout is reverent.
Sir Enchong was reverent.
Where the boys' voices ring, where youth is king, and the skies again are blue. My days are going back to deal well, through the joy and the happiness of love. All the family left with my dear old friend, and see the trading ground. The grass is greener back in Gilwell, and I dream of years of scouting there. While in memories I sing in peace, who never will be far gone. Where is the glow of our burning home? Where our boys recall. But to my mind comes the days far behind, when the time that owed me overall. Though the years fade away, and the days can stray to the far home of a brighter youth, where the boys' voices ring, where youth is king, and the And I breathe again the scouting air. What in memories I feel believe.
Wait, let's keep waiting.
Where will be far from there? On the fire burning down, on those blinding earth, my